I found something very interesting in looking through the charts this morning and looking through the data. It's something that we have not talked about before, but that is an initial dump when this does take place, followed by some rip roaring runs. And we're going to talk about that in this video, but I also want to talk about what is going on for ADA on a fundamental level. We need to look actually at optics because there's a very clear plan right now. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So when we're looking at ADA, when we're looking at the total three, I want to remind everybody that we're still in a golden cross. We still had a golden cross several weeks ago. Right now, in terms of the total three, we are currently 20 days into this. And I want to remind people that historically speaking, it's somewhere in that, a month time frame where the market begins to take off. We'll see when that officially takes place, but we still have about 10 days. So about a week and a half until we might start seeing this run across the crypto market. I will remind everybody as well, we're still in a golden cross in terms of ADA. I've seen some people ask, oh yeah, when's the 130% move happening? And we've talked about it being on different time frames in terms of ADA. Sometimes it's shorter, sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's a couple months, right? But understand that the biggest thing that we can be in this market is patient. And what is happening right now is what has happened historically speaking. So we talked about our Bitcoin golden cross taking place about a week and a half ago, a week ago or so. And what is interesting about this is every single time we have gotten a Bitcoin golden cross, we have initially dumped. All right, take a look at right now, getting our initial dump. Take a look back here in October of 2024, got our dump. Take a look back here. I'm going to go through a bunch of these guys because we got quite a few of them. Dump right here in November. Dump right here, again, in the middle part of November. Keep rewinding. Dump right here, February of 23. And guys, you can trace this back through all points in history. Look at this. September of 21, dump. Take a look back here again. It's crazy. Dump in May of 2020. There was even one right here. Dump in February of 2020. Even back here in 2019. Dump, right? This is a very consistent trend. And what I want everybody to look at is, for the most part, it has led us on some pretty significant runs over time. All right. They haven't always worked out, but most of the time you go on some pretty decent sized rallies, especially in the year following the halving, right? Now, this isn't the end all be all. And what I will say is this, it looks like right now, what they're really trying to do is lull retail into complacency heading into the summer. I've seen so many people have this mindset and speak this narrative. Oh, sell in May, go away. Summer's going to be boring. Let's focus on November. That's how they're going to get people, is when so many people are falling for the narrative saying it's going to be bad. It's going to be quiet. There's not a whole lot going on. In some instances, you might be right. But again, I want to point to the fact that the cycle we're most closely following is, it's 2016, 2017. What we had that summer was, in fact, a booming summer. And right now, we're getting to the point where there are so many people that have capitulated, and there are so many people that are stuck on the sidelines, and we have not started adoption yet, that when the market starts running, it can happen very, very fast and leave a lot of people behind. This is what we've been talking about. This is what we've been warning against. And that is why I think that so many people are going to lose in this cycle, because yes, some things are different, but this is the cycle where you're probably going to see opposite of what you saw in 2020. 2020 was an ugly, boring summer. I'm sorry, 2021. 2021 was an ugly, boring summer. We had China banning crypto. We had all these negative things that were hitting the market and drawing it down. And now we're seeing the opposite. Like I talked about earlier today, we have inflation numbers coming down. We're trying to get out of quantitative tightening and head towards quantitative easing. We have rate cuts that are likely going to be coming at some point here in 2025 as well. We have this embrace of crypto in general, enterprises, governments, institutions, right? All these things that we talk about is finally starting to come together, and they're trying to play people. It's more obvious than I think it's ever been. But yet some people are still ignoring it. And that's fine, right? If people want to ignore it, that they can do whatever the hell they want. Not a big deal. But what I will say right now is, at least when it comes to ADA, we're in a pretty good spot here. And the reason why I say that is we're still having huge accumulation and removal of supply from exchanges. In fact, the 30th, 29th and 28th were the biggest days of removal this week. So as we've been read, people have been actively buying the dip and removing from exchanges. This week has already been $45 million worth of ADA removed from exchanges. And we're still at this point where there's, again, now a bigger imbalance again in terms of short interest. About 90, let's see, 0.94 is the long short ratio. So there's about a 6% imbalance to the short side currently. And what did they do? They chased price down. They've opened up shorts way too close to the current prices. Guys, these liquidations could start at about 67 cents or so. It's not a huge concentration here, but it is thicker. And right at about 71.5 cents is when we can start getting prices running very quickly. This isn't a surprise. It's rinse and repeat. We've done this many times before. And like I've said, the manipulation that we're seeing is very similar to what we saw right before the market started to go on some pretty harsh rallies. All right. Now, again, I'm not ready to say that, this is the bottom or anything like that quite yet. It could be. It all just, the question just lies as what is retail going to do over the course of the weekend? Are we going to see people actively defending price? Are we going to see people accumulating, or do we get some more capitulation that happens? All right. So it's becoming more and more clear by the day what the big plan is for big money. They're trying to take everybody's crypto. They're trying to just get a bigger piece of the pie. And I don't blame them. That's what they always try to do. They always try to beat retail. They're doing a pretty good job of doing it right now. And we'll see what happens. But I think we have a big rally coming in the not so distant future. History shows us this. The trends are showing this. The money flows are showing us this. What institutional players and big money are doing are showing us this. But we'll see what happens. Appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.